Hello y'all, it's Valerie here, and welcome to Pisces Mountain Farm. Can you hear all those bees buzzing behind me on these dahlias? Anyways, it's kind of distracting. So I was hanging out last night and I realized that I have these succulents that I hauled in a previous video. I had some cuttings of succulents that I hauled. Well, this summer I put them out in the ground because I didn't have my lights going in my house, and I just wanted to put them outside and let them do their thing. I don't know which of these cuttings are hardy in my zone and which aren't. So I'm going to go look at my plants and get some cuttings of those and bring those inside over winter to have new plants. I'm going to leave, sorry, my dogs are barking at a car that's going by. I'm going to leave the plants outside over the winter and see which ones come back in the spring or in the summer. And I'm going to take cuttings of those to take inside in case they don't come back. But that will let me know which ones are hardy in my area and which ones aren't. Also, while I'm at it, I plan to be getting some seeds. There's certain things that have gone to seed. I have a lot of stuff right now that's looking really good, but I do know that we're just pushing the boundaries of our first frost. There are some days, I think next week, that it's supposed to be in the upper 30s, it's predicted. There's a lot of stuff that won't kill. There's some things that will kill. So in preparation of that, I have been looking up, some of my house plants, like my eucalyptus, for instance. It can survive pretty cold. So I don't have to worry about getting that inside necessarily right away. There are other things that I will need to be getting inside for this, for the fall. I also have a handful of bulbs that I need to dig up and overwinter, but I'm not going to be doing that today. I think today, if I can just get my succulents cuttings taken and get whatever seeds that I see as I'm doing that. I'm not going to push myself to get all the seeds. There's still a few days left. The main thing today is those succulent cuttings. So that's probably what my primary focus is going to be. So when I'm going on a seed collecting or seed saving adventure, some tools that I personally take with me is I usually have a bag of some sort and some clippers. I'm not putting my clippers in my bag. I don't want to put holes in my bag. But inside of this are some brown paper bags and a marker. Usually I use a garden marker, a permanent marker, and that's just to label my bags as I go along, because as much as you think you are going to remember what you put in this bag, whenever you've got 40 bags like this, and some of the seed pods look the same when they drop, you're not going to remember. You're going to remember some of them. You're going to be like, yes, I'm smarter than I thought. And then other ones you're going to be like, oh, I knew I should have written that down. So these are a few of the tools I like to bring along with me. Well, I guess with that being said, let's go get some seeds and get these succulents. I guess I will just let you walk over there with me. So right over in this stump is where I planted those succulents. I do have a couple of varieties that I know for sure will thrive here because they've been in here for a while, so I'm not going to take those. I'm just going to take cuttings of the ones that I'm not sure, that this is their first year in the ground, basically, is what I'm trying to get at. Sorry, I had a brain fart. Anyways, I would tell you the names of them, but I'm not even sure of the names. I'm going to try to look back on my order form and see if maybe the varieties aren't written down somewhere, but I honestly feel like it was random varieties that weren't named. But I might be wrong on that, so I am going to go probably look back at my own video and see if I put the information in there or if I have an invoice somewhere for it still. I guess in the meantime, I'm just going to take these cuttings and I will show them to you after I get them. And because I don't know the names of it, I'm just going to write succulent cuttings on my bag. Actually, very messy, but I know what I mean. The tip I have for you when you're out here doing this sort of thing is put your marker back in your bag every single time, or you will lose it. Especially if you've got weeds or any kind of tall plants. Maybe you're better at that than me. I know from personal experience. I just try to make it a habit to put it back in my bag so that way I don't lose it. This little rosette just fell off in my hands. I'm just taking leaf cuttings, so I'm taking several cuttings of each one. Just in case one of them would happen to die or not thrive or not ever form into a new plant. That's the next one. Another one that I have. There's another cutting I just took, and some of these may look similar, but let me just show you. These two at the top kind of look similar until you hold them next to one another. You can tell they're different, the color's different. This is the last one. If any of you guys know the names of these, or think you know the names of these so you can point me in the right direction, please let me know that information because I would like to have them labeled correctly. I'll check my own records as well though. Okay, while we're out here and I'm in this part of the yard, I will go ahead and show you what I've gotten done on my greenhouse and maybe just give you a little look inside of it right now. All right, let's go do that. We have since put silicone caulking, and it's not the prettiest, but anything to help it be weather tight. We still need to do the roof. We haven't done the roof yet. And I put spray foam insulation around the base of it. I still need to go around and trim off the excess, but I just wanted to make sure that it was extra airtight. And then we've since created this bed, and I've put some coral bell plants that I had hanging out in pots, and these ones that were attacked by deer up in my field, I moved them down here closer to my house because even though some things still get eaten, I have better luck down here because my dogs are nearby. Those strawberries in the grow bag last year, whenever we were prepping the ground for my greenhouse and had it sitting out in my yard, I had it in a big, kind of short, round grow bag. Well, I've since moved them. All the strawberries on the side here. All this stone was harvested from our own land. So we kind of continued around here, and we will continue the stone border as well. We have stone everywhere to do it. Coral bells on this end. I just added a coral bells on both ends. And because it has been getting chilly at night, I've moved a few of my plants that will be going inside into this greenhouse. There's nothing in it right now besides just random things, but I'm going to take you in anyways. It's not been happened to dip a little bit colder than what's expected because you never know about your microclimates. It's protected. I have a few things in my yard that I still need to look up and see whether they need to be brought in or not. But this isn't about that, so I'm going to take you into this greenhouse. Ooh, it's really pretty warm in here today. There's a voodoo lily. And that right there is Red Sensation Cordyline. I will put the spelling on here because honestly, I don't know how to say it. I just got it on clearance from Lowe's. A gardenia I got on sale at Walmart for $3. A plant that's sickly, but I'm going to treat it. It's the, hold on, the tag's here. Fudge. Rainbow Zebra Tradescantia. Spider plant. I'm sorry, these came from Lowe's. A pineapple top that I'm starting. What's this called? Alocasia. Yes. An Alocasia and a Purple Heart Tradescantia. I think that anytime you hear me trying to use a Latin word or a scientific name, I literally don't know the spell or how to pronounce it. I've only ever read it. Usually I've never heard it pronounced. My dogs are competing for sound in the background. Anyways, this is an 8x12 and just kind of wanted to show you where we got so far. I'm going to go look around and see if I have any seeds that need collecting or if they need more time. Here is a volunteer and it's got these beautiful dark leaves, so I really want to... Sorry, my camera stopped working. What I was saying is I really want to save seeds from these. I'm going to go ahead and harvest these seeds. And I think that I've got this little yellow one right here that you can probably barely see in frame. And I have another one with burgundy leaves right there. And these are all volunteers. I think instead of saving them as a mix, I might go ahead and label them for their characteristics as I'm saving them. I use brown paper bags because I leave the top open when I'm storing them, and I take my plant and I put it in there upside down. And I just leave it in this bag until it's completely dried out, and then I'll take it and shake it a few times and it'll release its seeds. Sometimes I have to pry them out, but either way, I just leave them in this bag until they're dried. I have this red shisho here. They can be harvested, so I'm going to go ahead and get the seeds off this as well. I'm not going to lie, I started these with the winter sowing method and they never made it out of my jugs. But I am going to get the seeds off of them. One of the next things I want to harvest seeds from are these celosias here. They have recently been stripped. I was out here the other day and they still had leaves on them. But I want to get these seeds in hopes that I get some cool varieties. I am just going to save these particular ones as a mix. These are all celosias I grew from seed. I'm collecting the seeds because I want to try to get some cool hybrid crosses. But I also did take some leaf cuttings of the ones of these that were, you know, just a little more unique and cool looking. And I will be taking those in over the winter. But I do want to get these seeds in hopes of getting something that's a mix. Not a mix, a cool hybrid. Doing seed swaps, I always get very excited when I see that someone has a coleus that it saves seeds from their own garden. I always love those because you get these unique and interesting surprises. I just wanted to suggest a little quick tip whenever you're picking out a bag for this. Get something that you can sling over your shoulder, or something like this that you can drape over your wrist. It will be a lifesaver if you're traveling to more than one destination to get your seeds. Hey y'all, I think I'm going to end this video here. I got several seedlings. I showed you my greenhouse where I'm at with it right now, and I took some cuttings for my succulents. There's not a whole lot going on this time of year because basically I've been lazy the last few days. I'm just waiting for that first frost to hit, or news of the first frost hitting. And then I will have to come out here and dig up a few things, bring a few things inside. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Alright, bye guys.